pavements. Heat, stifling, oppressive. The city simmers in the sun. It's time to leave the hot crowds, the buildings that shimmer in the heat waves. It's time to dream of green woods, of sparkling water, cool, tranquil. Only a few miles north of Toronto is Escape, an island paradise encircled by lovely Lake of Bays in the Highlands of Ontario. The northern road from Toronto to Bigwin Island winds through the rugged Muskoka district. The air is fragrant with the scent of pine and balsam. At Norway Point, cars are exchanged for a trim little ferry which plies between the mainland and Bigwin Island. But the cars are not left lonely and forlorn at the water's edge. Instead, they're whisked off to fireproof garages till needed again. In the meantime, the Lilliputian liner puts to sea in true nautical style on its 10-minute voyage across the Lake of Bays, outward bound for Pleasure Island. What price now the rush and swelter of the city? The first sight of the inn gives the impression that it's floating on the water's surface. In architecture, it resembles the home of a Moorish chief, and truly it's just as lovely and very much more real than most castles in Spain. Spreading maples surround the inn on this lovely island where not so long ago, Chief Bigwin, mighty warrior, and his braves erected their teepees. Vistas as unspoiled as those the young redskins gazed upon greet the guests of this distinguished summer hotel. But it's safe to say that Chief Bigwin, lover of forest and stream, never dreamed of the comfort of the pale-face wigwam. Even though situated in the northern woods, far from the madding crowd, the perfect service of Bigwin Inn starts from the moment the guest's foot touches the dock. Here in the North Woods, the hot city is quite forgotten. Ahead lie new friendships, adventure, romance on Pleasure Island. Perhaps the spirit of the Indian's great Manitou still broods over the cool retreats where the morning's fun is planned. There are so many things to do. A quiet game of croquet can be amusing, and it's only a short walk through the woods to where the gentle click of the mallet becomes the crack of the golf club. Caddies are waiting at the clubhouse to perform all the ceremonies attendant on the tee-off and to lead the long march down number 1 fairway. The sporty 18-hole course has been carved from the virgin forest, but its designers are proud of their achievement in retaining all its sylvan beauty while building a course to test the mettle of champions. Amid such heavenly scenery, even the business of hunting for a lost ball becomes less conducive to profanity. Not far away from the golf course is the bowling green. The game of bowls is an ancient one and has been played in England since the 13th century. The Scotch adopted it with enthusiasm, and even more than golf, it has become their national pastime. Nearby, the sharp swish of rackets cutting the air announces the fact that tennis, too, has its devotees. The clay courts in their delightful woodland setting are a combination hard to beat for grand exercise and exhilarating fun. And then suddenly, it's lunchtime. All paths lead to the great dining hall among the trees. Snowy linen and gleaming silver delight the eye, and triumphs of the culinary art pay homage to ravenous appetites. Afterwards, a short siesta is in order on the broad decks outside the dining hall. perhaps a leisurely glance at the latest news, and on to further adventure. Just below is the broad sweep of the lovely new terrace with its 3 levels and its gaily colored beach umbrellas. A pleasant place is this for friendly chatting, for the grand experience of getting to know people. A soothing place in which to be quiet, to lie back and rest far from the turbulence of the world. But grown-ups aren't the only ones to discover the fun on Pleasure Island. The smart younger set gather on their own exclusive beach and carry on their social activities under the watchful care of a skilled swimming instructress. In a happy world of childhood, the little ones work like bees to improve the shining hour. Modern docks line the shore where the Indian once launched his canoe. He was out to catch his supper and life was a serious business. Today's pale-faced visitors to Bigwin launch their canoes and paddle forth to catch a lot of fun. Sky is clear, barometer steady. What more could the heart of a sailor desire as he sets his sail for the blue waters of Lake of Bays? Aquaplaning is one of the newer methods of marine travel. Skimming over the water at 40 miles an hour in the wake of a powerful speedboat provides a thrill all its own. But it takes an iron nerve and a keen sense of balance. Even with these, aquaplaning often turns out to be a one-way ride. Just a shift of balance at the wrong moment, and it might easily be all over. On land as well as water, the fun is fast and furious. Spirits threaten to bubble over, and the only thing to do is stand on one's head. It must be the combination of zippy air, sun, and sparkling water. Shades of Chief Bigwin. The topsy-turvy antics of the paleface would leave the Indian brave speechless and amazed. But the paleface knows that summer is the time to tone up muscles, to acquire physical fitness. So everybody is welcome to join the fun. In the evening, logs blaze cheerily in the great fireplaces, There's music and laughter, friendships, romance. And over the coffee cups are recounted the highlights of a world of pleasure on Bigwin Island.